Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Final Hazard. I'm Daniel, and today I'm doing the Metal Tag 2021. And this is a sort of a Q&A. The Scott at the Rock Scouts channel has asked us 20 questions for this 2021 Metal Tag sort of video I'm going to make, and I'm just going to go through with them. Some of these answers might be a bit controversial. So I have the actual questions here, so I will look down from time to time. The first question of these 20 is show an album where the music was spoiled by the vocals. And you know, it's always kind of hard to criticize people. Well, not hard really, but you know, it's controversial. And I think this might be the most controversial of all of my answers. Better start that one out immediately, right? So, yeah, I know. So, Geddy Lee, who is the vocalist in Rush, actually one of the most famous vocalists there is, I have never liked his vocals. I mean, I like Rush as a band, but it took me a long time to actually get used to his vocals. And you know, I sometimes still don't like his vocals. And I know there's like two camps in this. Those who actually like his vocals, which I guess is the majority of folks, and some of us who have a hard time getting used to them. So, Geddy Lee from Rush is the first answer. Right. The next question was an album you love that lets you down by bad production. This is kind of a cop-out answer, but I'm doing it anyway. Bathory, the first album, and I know, you know, they hardly, I mean, they didn't even afford the artwork, so it was a yellow goat instead of a golden one. So I mean, you cannot really demand much of, you know, upstart band, certainly not in the beginning of the black metal era. Yeah, but this I love the album, but it sure has its problem with production, I can tell you that. Sounds pretty awful at times, or rather constantly, but you know, it is what it is, and I love it for it anyway. Yeah, the next question was a band that suffers from a weak member. I am going with Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers. On the album, he sounds perfectly fine, but live, not so much. Yeah, don't know what to say. If you have ever seen Red Hot Chili Peppers live, you probably know what I'm talking about. You know, there are several answers to this question naturally, but yeah, many you know, have their own pick of weak members. I know that Anthony is like, he's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers along with Flea, and you know, it is what it is, right? Sounds good when you like record an album because you can, well, make stuff, but yeah, no. All right, so next question. Number 4, show an album that you define as heavy. And I'm going to my go-to album, that is Divine Intervention with Slayer. I know this is not the favorite album of many Slayer fans, but it is what introduced me to Slayer, and I think it is heavy as hell. So yeah, that defines heavy for me. All right. The next one is show an album recommended to you by the music community. Yes, I will show this. This is Sankt Demon's album Ghost, which was recommended to me by several YouTubers. Brandon Von Doom showed it. I think it was Darcy who showed it too, or Cloudy Milder. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers showed this, so I needed to get it. I think Beverly also showed it. So yeah, Saint Demon, Ghost. Awesome album. Yeah, all right. So let's see now. Go to open the trusted phone again. Number 6. Show an album that takes your musical taste in a different direction. And I will show you some Sturgill Simpson. Now, many of you perhaps not know who Sturgill Simpson is, but he is like a country artist with very much rock influences. And this is A Sailor's Guide to Earth, one of his most, like, you know, I think could possibly be called a breakout album, it was for me anyway. So he is, you know, country soul, a little bit of hard rock. If you have ever heard a song, or if I should recommend a song, Call to Arms, listen to that one and judge for yourself if you think he's any good. I think he is. Right, next question is a gem from your collection. Okay, show a gem from your collection. This Warhammer with Riders. Now this is an EP. It's an album that is absolutely, well, album. It's an EP that I think is absolutely great. It's local, and I sort of grew up with it, you know, in my late teens, young adult lives, and yeah, this is really a gem for me, at least. It's the only EP they ever released. Also, just like, you know, 4 songs. Yeah, so Warhammer. All right, next question, number 8. The band in your collection that formed closest to where you live. Now, yeah, Warhammer is one of those bands, but even so, I have this. Sargatana's Rain with Hallucination. This is a band from my hometown of Norrköping, or Norrköping, here in Sweden. And it's sort of a death metal band. Perhaps some of you know Sargatana's Rain. Right. Next question. Yeah, okay, so number 9. A metal album you reach for melody-wise. Barren Earth. I think this is an awesome band. They have, they are sort of like, you know, melodic death metal band with emphasis on the melodic part. They have both clean singing and growls and vocals. A Complex of Cages are their latest album. I think they're actually going to, well, perhaps I'm speaking too much here, but I think they're going to release something new this year. So, yeah, love me some Barren Earth. All right. Next one, number 10. The album in your collection you would sell first. Yeah, I would probably sell this, Engel. When I bought this, I was sort of, how should we say, convinced it would be like, you know, old era In Flames. It was not. It has, I think it's the drummer from In Flames, his project, Engel. I mean, it's not a terrible album, but it's certainly not an album I'm listening to very much, and therefore I would probably sell it. All right. Number 11. What subgenre of metal would you delete from existence? Now, it's a very hard question because I like a lot of metal, but you know, screamo or scream metal, that's screamo is not, or screamcore, it's not really for me. Perhaps I would not delete it from existence, but you know, it takes a whole lot of will to listen to that. But then again, it takes a whole lot of will to listen to old school black metal, so it is what it is. Yeah, okay, right. So, number 12, the band artist you would most like to see an album or reissue from in 2021. Well, that would be Blind Guardian. I think many would like to see a re-release of Twist in the Myth. I have actually owned that album up there. But what I really would like to see is a reissue of At the Edge of Time, which is, goes for fantasy money on Discogs, and it's not available anywhere. I mean, you can get it on CD, but I really want a one vinyl edition of it. So that would be something I really would like to see reissued, like many of their later albums. All right. Oops. There, now let's see. Number 13. Yeah, right. Okay. Which 80s metal act would you love to see a comeback album from? Right, so this was actually a bit difficult because many I've seen say Sabbath, for instance, but I do not actually listen to Sabbath, or I have not listened to Sabbath. But I have one band which I have listened to quite a lot recently, which I would love to see a new album from. And that is a lot thanks to Mr. Brandon Von Doom, who showed this band about 6 months or so ago. And I was so fortunate that now, during Christmas, I actually got to pick up a copy of Realm, An Endless War. Now this is an old school like thrash metal band. So Realm was formed some in the mid 80s, and this is their first album, which was released in 1988. And they released one more album in 1990 and then were disbanded. Or rather, they went on to another project, which I do not remember exactly what it was. But I think, at least in the information on Metal Archive, which I have gotten, that they are active since 2019 again. So perhaps they will release a third album. Who knows? So Realm. All right, let's see the next one. Number 14. Show an alternate variation of an album cover. So this is Skräcködlan with Äppelträdet. It's a Swedish band, which is a little bit like, doom, or not doom metal. It's stoner metal. And this is the new artwork for their first album, Äppelträdet, or the Apple Tree. Perhaps there will come a little bit of a picture up there where you can see the old artwork. I do not own that, but this is the new artwork of it, which is kind of superior, I must add. Yeah, so Skräcködlan. If you're into, stoner metal, it's actually a very decent album, so I can recommend it. All right, let's go on. Number 15, a band that for you defines metal. Are we on the number 15? Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, we are. So, defines metal, I'm going to be a little bit boring, but Maiden, that defines metal for me, and grew up on it. What can I say? I think this is the go-to answer for a lot, at least in my generation and older. So Iron Maiden, it is. Right, next one. Let's see, number 16, show your most metallic album cover. Had also a little bit of a problem with this, because, metallic, but Entombed's Uprising was the most metallic one I could find. Yeah, looks good when it's, the golden metallic of it. Yeah, so that one. Thought I had some more metallic albums, but didn't. Right, next one. An album you disliked at first but now highly regard. And I will show you In Flames Lunar Strain. When I first heard this, I was more into the mid-era In Flames, so to speak, Colony perhaps, and what more? But the mid-era in Flames, Con Clarity, In Flames. So I wasn't hooked by this, but in later years I am of the opinion that the first In Flames albums, at least the first three along with this one, it's just the best they have done in their discography. Lunar Strain, In Flames. Okay, number 18, an album you liked at first, but now disregards. Alright, so I'm sorry to you Aussie fans out there, but Ordinary Man, there's a reason it wasn't on my top 20 list of metal albums. I don't think it's a bad album, mind you that, but it's certainly not one that... each time I listen to it, I get a little bit more irritated. I know Ozzy has used voice distortion and auto tuners since the early 2000s, but this is almost smack in the face of it. I love Ozzy, simply as that. Now he hit me too. I don't hate the album. Let's say that it's one of the better albums he has actually, released in the last discography, or in the later stages of the discography. But I don't know. Perhaps I will change my opinions after a while. He's, after all, going to release another album. They are saying, or he is saying. So you see, perhaps that would be my most hated Ozzy album or something. No, it's not my most hated Ozzy album, but you know what I mean. Yeah. All right. Number 18 was that. Yeah. Number 19, a metal band that deserves more recognition. I will go with Idle Hands, but they are not actually called Idle Hands because they lost a court decision to another band that was named Idle Hands, so now they are named Unto Others. This is their first album, Mana, which is an excellent album. It was on, I think, number 3 position on my top albums of 2019, for a good reason also. It's a great gothic, metal album. So I can really recommend it, but they are known as Unto Others now. So not Idle Hands. Yes, this is going to be sort of a collector's item in the future, perhaps. All right. The last question then. Your number 1 grail moving into 2021. I'm going to go back to Realm and their second album from 1990, which is called Society or Suiciety. That one is not impossible to find. There are a lot of copies on Discogs, but it goes in like $50-60. I think that's really the one I'm looking for right now. But there's always at the edge of time with Blind Guardian 2, but that is like fantasy money, right? So that is my answers for the Metal Tag 2021. Awesome that you began all of this, Scott. It's it's really fun to dig through the archives and really think about stuff. Looking forward to see a lot of more 2021 metal tags in the community. And as I'm always saying, may the metal gods be with you, my friends, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!